About our experience here in India. So I guess I can speak for the both of us that we had an amazing time in India. We went to the Kanha National Park, and especially for us as German students, we saw a big biodiversity that we in Germany or in Europe do not have. So we could see species that we, I guess, didn't even know existed, and we just learned about them here in India, and that was such a great experience. And then another thing that we did, we together with the Indian students went to the villages around the park. So we had the opportunity to get to know the villages and how the people live and the traditions that they have. And I think this is something that we never could have done without the Indian students and without the program. So if we just came here as tourists, we never would have had the opportunity to be this close to Indian people and to the tribes and to their traditions. And they literally led us into their homes and showed us how they live and what they do and what their life looks like. And I think this whole program is just a very good opportunity for students like us to get the best insight into the Indian culture and into the Indian life. And also just a personal thing, I've never been to India before. We all have never been to India before, and it was just an amazing experience. So the Indians are such beautiful people inside and out. They welcomed us and they were with us all the time. We had questions, they would answer them. They would help us, they would guide us with food, with the roads, with basically everything. So we could just rely on them and we didn't have to worry about anything. So I think this trip was just perfect. And yes, thank you again for making this happen, to you, but also to the students here and to the professors. And yes, it was a great experience.
Hi, I'm Gabriel.
I'm Alex.
From IMES, from the University of Cologne. And I would like to just mention how unique this experience is, especially regarding the knowledge that we have shared with people and with students from India and with different backgrounds. I think it's not really often that you have the opportunity to go in a field work, in a field trip, research trip, and to share this experience with such different backgrounds, different cultures and approaches that at the end just help you to enrich your own experience.
Yeah, and for me also going on safari for the first time, but then not as a tourist, but actually going with an academic focus to try to get an overview of the wildlife that's around you and gather data, and then after that doing social surveys in villages. First time ever for me that I've done that, and I can't even list all the things that I've learned. It's been an amazing experience and a unique one for sure.
Hi, I'm Naomi.
I'm Marlene.
And we're both law students from the University of Cologne. And coming here to India was a one-time opportunity for us to not just come here solely as tourists, but instead to experience India's culture and India's nature together with the Indian students from this university. And yeah, during our stay we learned so much about India's biodiversity, India's unique biodiversity.
Yeah, and as law students we did not have a lot of prior knowledge about natural scientific methods, and we learned a lot of new scientific methods, like how to collect data on the native animals living in Kanha National Park, and how to analyze the data as well to calculate how many animals live in the park. We also learned a lot about the culture of the tribes living around National Park, about the history and their culture, about the Gons and the Baiga. And all in all, it was just an incredible experience, and we had learned so much that not only helps us to understand the scientific backgrounds, but also helps us in understanding the cultural backgrounds of what has to be done in the future to secure the national park. So we're really thankful for the opportunity, and hopefully we'll come back to India very soon.